Well, the calculus courses at BMCC requires us to use the program called Maple to do the program to do the projects. Right, those projects count certain percentage of the final grade, so are important. Right, not only that, but also to visualize from the computerized program is a little more benefit. Right, so we can get the program right from the website offers.cuny.edu. Right, offers.cuny.edu. Log in, use your CUNY First account and the password. You will be able to see this page. Right, this page will give you the Maple software. From that, you have two options for Windows and for Mac. Microsoft for Windows or for Mac. You will see the activation key above. That is the key you need to put in right when the program is first boost up. Right, that is after you installing that correctly, then you double click your program to run it. It will ask you the activation key. That is what it is, right? The activation key. So download the correct version for you, Windows or Mac. Now I have the program here already installed, which is this one. Before you do that, just need to couple setup. The tools on the top bar if you use Windows. If you have a Mac program, that will be something called a preferences, something maybe like that, or preference, I don't know, I forgot. But that will be what it is for the Mac program on the top left. For the Mac, you will use preference, then click it, you will see the options. Underneath, almost at the end, you'll see the options. Then go to the second bar, display, and change the input to Maple notation. Default was the 2D math notation. Change that to Maple notation. It's more or less like the computer language, or not computer language, but the calculator language. It's not like following the handwritten format, right? Here's the calculator format, which will be better understanding by the computer, right, of what you actually want to do. And select this one, always insert the new line after you finish the current one. After you press enter, always select that. And the interface, go to the next bar, interface of the default format for new worksheet, you could change to worksheet. Default was document, actually not affect that much. Right, then everything was changed. At the end, select apply globally, so that will be one time setting, right? You don't have to do more setup. Something like Control plus J, you can try, is to insert the new line after the current one. Control with delete is to delete one, and Control K, right, is to insert the input before the current line, right, and go up. That is the shortcut, and the Control T is to convert to text. Right, we have the current line, we want a text, that we are able to put Control T and make that text. You're able to do that in a long way when you put insert or somewhere else. Right, copy, paste, delete the entire element, and so on. Right, you are able to find out. Undo is Control Z, and so on. Right, certain shortcut, you are able to do. Right, and also to change the font, you are just put Control with the numbers. If you feel that it's too big, right, this font is too big, then maybe to put it smaller, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 to make them extremely large, right? That's the way we have some shortcut with it. My preference is only for Mac. For Windows, you have the tools. Then the Maple Handbook is available on the BMCC website. You go to BMCC website to check or to search for Maple Handbook. We'll be able to find that. You'll be able to find that handbook and download that as PDF. Well, that one is a guideline, shows what the Maple can do. Right, first is numerical operations, right? Numerical calculation, basically whatever it is. Right, like we do the products, and every calculation after, what we need to do is the semicolon at the end. That will press enter, will show us the number of what it's supposed to be. 210 plus 375. Also, we put a semicolon, will show us the number. Right, sometimes you don't want to put the result. You just want to save it and use it in the later work. You could put you could put column instead of semicolon. Like for instance, I just want the function defined as x to the third. I don't want to see x to the third as what is what is showed. I could put column. Then as it's saved as f of x, I could plot it for the different x view and different y view. And maybe in the view of x domain from -3 to 3, for y just view from -5 to 5, that will show us the picture of the function, right? Without showing whatever the function is. You will see how to define letter as a function, right? And how to plot them in the later section of the book. Right? The book shows us, well, the calculation, shows us how to simplify, how to expand terms, how to factor, right? Actually, and how to plot the point, plot the lines, plot the curves, right? Any other functions. And not only the functions, but also the implicit plot. Be careful that it has a special package called plots. Right? With plots, it's calling out the package, and the implicit plot is from there to draw a, in this case, that is a ellipse. Right? And how to find the logarithmic, how to do the exponential function, and so on, right? Exponential function, be super careful that you need to put exp, right, of x. Right, that is the very strict one, right? Exp of certain thing for exponential functions. Right? And all the other things, like plotting the page, plotting the functions, find the limits of the function, and so on, right? The page 28 all the way to the page 29 of the book, right? So check them from page 4 to 29 of the handbook. Right, at least to read them through, you will get an idea how the program works. If you have time, you could try to type it right into the program to see to actually practice with the program, right? To see what the result will show us, and some special command. Every program has its own language, right? You need to get familiar to how to do things with the Maple program, right? That will show you in handbook here. Right, so please take a read at least.